like having a good time? Huh? Then you need a good watch.
If you want to have a good time, well then you need a good watch. And if you're watching this video, you likely already have one in the form of the Galaxy Watch 8 or Watch 8 Classic or Ultra. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to take your new timepiece to the next level. And if you use what I'm about to show you, not only will you understand your watch better and understand exactly how to optimize it for your specific needs, but you'll also learn how to avoid the mistakes that most people make.
Trying to tell me that I can dodge bullets?
No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
So let's get right into this. Tip 1. So the first thing that you might want to do is customize the clock faces, which you can do on the watch itself, but it's actually easier to do it on the phone, in my opinion. To do this, just open up the Galaxy Wear app, tap where it says watch faces, and at the top you will see the current watch faces that have been applied to your actual watch. If you've got a brand new watch, you'll only see one. And in my personal opinion, you should set up a minimum of 3 different watch faces. One for leisure, one for work, and then one specifically for workouts. For me, Sports Classic is what I'm going to use for formal, Dynamic Digits for casual, and then Daily Dashboard for exercises. I recommend you test out a few, find the ones that look the best in your opinion, and then go with those. Now, if you do want to add a photo or a custom wallpaper to a watch face, you can do that by selecting one of the photo watch faces. The regular photo one is great for wallpapers, but if you do want to add photos of people, the Pebble watch face is quite good fun because you can have several photos that kind of animate. Now, once you've installed your favorite watch faces, there is something important that a lot of people will miss. If you see a red dot next to any of the watch faces at the top of your Galaxy Wear app, this means that that watch face has an update. So if you do see a red dot, just tap that watch face and update it. Now, let's say you've installed a bunch and you don't like some of them. You can delete them at any time as well. Here's how you can do it from the Galaxy Wear app. Just hit the 3 lines in the top right corner, and then you should see the little red minus symbol pop up next to the watch faces that are not currently applied to the watch. You can just tap those to delete them. Okay, quickly moving on to tip 2. Now let me show you how to customize your watch faces like a pro. So assuming that you've set up a few watch faces at this point, you probably want to know how to switch between them quickly on the actual watch itself. It's very easy to do. Just hold your finger down on the current watch face, and then your other watch faces should pop up in the background, and you can swipe between them and just select them that way. Now, if you wanted to, when you hold your finger down and scroll between the watch faces, you can actually customize each one of them on the actual watch. But once again, it is easier to do on the phone. So within the Galaxy Wear app again, choose one of your watch faces that you want to customize. Underneath it, you should see the option to customize. Tap that. Now, something really important you need to know is that the number of customization options will vary depending on the watch face you're trying to modify. And just to demo this for you, I'm going to show you with the Dynamic Digits watch face. Straight away, you will see the pre-made options that you can just default to if you want to. But if you want to take it one step further, swipe across, and then you'll see the option to change the colors. And if you swipe across again, you'll see even more options, like the ability to choose specific complications that you want on that watch face. So choosing complications is more important when it comes to your fitness tracking watch face. So do take some time to select these wisely. And on my other favorite watch face right now, the Sports Classic, there is an option here for low light mode, and this kind of turns the watch into a military style looking thing, which is kind of nice. And you can set this to kick in automatically when it gets dark. Now, I know some of you guys would have bought the watch specifically for fitness tracking, so let's get into how to set up your usual exercises so that they're easier to access in the future. Now listen, this is really important. To set up your favorite exercises, you need to use a different app, not the Galaxy Wear app. This time we're going to use the Samsung Health app. If you haven't set this up for the first time, then spend a bit of time doing that first. Once it is set up, scroll down and you will see a list of exercises. Here you can tap more and then have a look at this list. If your usual exercises don't appear here, don't worry. Just hit the little plus, then choose select from exercise list. And this is the full list of pre-programmed fitness tracking activities that the watch has. Select only the ones you think you're going to do, and they will be added to that first list. Now, if your specific exercise is not listed here, for example, my one, esports, it is a sport because it's in the name. What you can do is go back one step and go to create new exercise, give it a name and the type of exercise that it is you're trying to track, and that will create kind of a generic one. But this is where it gets really interesting. If you have a specific routine every time you go to the gym, you can actually program that in here as well. Just set that up with your usual exercises and ideally in the order that you do them, and then save it, give it a name. This will now appear on your exercise page. Now, this next step is a very important one that a lot of people won't do. And because they probably won't do it, it's going to cost them time in the future, but it's not going to happen to you if you're following along with this video. So on the My Exercise page, if you hit the three dots in the top right corner, tap Edit Exercises. Here you can go through the list and hide all of the workouts that you're never going to do. So this last fine-tuning step for your workouts is this. Hit the stars next to your top 3 workouts or exercise routines that you've set up. Now on the watch itself, on the exercise tile, you'll be able to start those workout tracking features with just a swipe and a touch. Minimal time wasted looking for what it is you're trying to track. All right, so you're getting there, you're fine-tuning and improving your watch. Don't give up now. There's more customization to do, and these are tweaks that, again, will save you time in the future. So let's go back to the Galaxy Wear app this time, and here we're going to tap Tiles. Now, by default, your watch will have 3 pages: health, fitness, and basic. If you want to reorganize the order of these pages, just hit the 3 lines in the top right corner, and then here you can tap and hold and then drag them into the order that you want them to be in. Now let's go back one step, and here choose a page that you want to customize. To remove any of the tiles from any one of these pages, just hit the red minus next to that tile and it deletes it. To add a new tile, just browse through the selection at the bottom, and then you can drag them onto a page. And once they're on the page, you can hold your finger down and move them around so that they're in the best order for you. And before we move on to another really important step, here's how to create a brand new page. Staying within the tiles menu, swipe all the way across to the right and hit the little plus. And just like before, you can add tiles to this by dragging them up from the selection at the bottom. If you want my advice, I recommend you add the shortcuts tile with the 4 apps. And this is quite important, and you'll see why I recommend this a little later on in the video. The voice recorder is super helpful because it's got all of those AI features built into it that can translate, transcribe, and even summarize. Also, the modes and routines are very handy. Now, once you have chosen a bunch of apps for this new page, you can tap that pen at the top and give it a name. So now let's move on to the next tip, and really pay attention because this next one's going to be tricky for some of you guys. So definitely take your time on this. So when it comes to adding new apps to your Galaxy Watch, there are a few ways that you can do it. But there is one that seems to be the easiest right now. Go to the Google Play Store, type in what app you're looking for or the type of app you're looking for. And then here in the top left corner, you can use the drop down menu to select your watch. If your watch isn't displayed here, it might be because you're using a different account on the Google Play Store app. So switch that if you need to. And once you've chosen your watch, now the Google Play Store will only display apps compatible with your watch. And once you're ready, we'll move on to the next one. So once you've installed a bunch of apps, this, in my opinion, should be the next natural customization step. Let's go back to the Galaxy Wear app, and here on the home screen, tap App Screen. As standard, the apps will appear in a grid format, which does look really nice. But if you prefer, you can organize them in a list view, which might make finding apps a little bit quicker for some people. But most importantly, what I recommend you do here is organize the apps. And you can do this by holding your finger down on an app and then dragging it around to the spot where it needs to be. The best advice that I can give you is to kind of place these in an order where your most used apps are nearest the top. And there is something really cool that a lot of people don't know when it comes to organizing your apps, and it's that you can create folders as well. So if you drag one app on top of another, it creates a folder and then you can label it. And just for example, you could add all of your music and audio streaming services into one folder so that it's nice and easy to find. So let me know, has this ever happened to you? You go to the shops for 1 or 2 things, but somehow you end up picking up quite a few things, nice things that kind of caught your eye whilst you were walking around. So now you've got a whole bunch of things and you're quite pleased with the purchases you're about to make. So you head over to the checkout, and that's when it hits you.
Oh man, oh God, oh man, oh God.
You forgot your wallet and you left your phone in the car, and now everyone's mad at you because you're holding up the queue trying to figure out how you're going to pay. Well, that's happened to me on quite a few occasions, but my Galaxy Watch has saved the day for me on all of those occasions because I did this. On your Galaxy Watch, if you swipe up from the bottom to access all of your apps, tap on Samsung Wallet. This is the default wallet for this particular watch, and you don't have to use it. There is another option, but if you already use it, this is going to be fantastic for you. So tap on the wallet, make sure it's set up, link your bank card to it, and now in those occasions where you're really stuck for ways to pay, you can just hold the back button down on the watch and this will instantly open up the Samsung Wallet. You can tap this against the payment point and there we go, you've paid. And the greatest thing about setting this up is that you can actually pay even when you don't have connection to your phone or the internet. However, if like me, you use Google Pay as your main wallet app, just download that app the same way that I showed you in tip 5 of this video. Make sure you link your bank card to your watch. All of this will be explained on your phone screen. And there is one last step to this to avoid having to find the app and open it each and every time. So there's 2 ways you can do this. The first one is you could add the Google Wallet app to that shortcut tile which I just showed you earlier. Or the better way is this. Swipe down from the top, go to settings, and then go to buttons and gestures, and then set the double press of the home button to open the Google Wallet. And since we're remapping the button that used to open up the backgrounding, if you still want backgrounding, you can actually remap the back button to show recent apps instead of using it for one step back. Okay, tip number 8. So this is one of the newest additions to the Galaxy Watch 8, and this can be extremely useful. You can now use Gemini AI on your watch, and by default, if you push and hold the home button, you can wake your AI assistant and pretty much use it to answer any questions that you can think of. And it is right most of the time. Now, what you might notice when you are using this feature is that the volume might be a little bit too low or maybe even too loud. If that is the case, then you'll definitely want to do this, and this is kind of well hidden. Go into the Galaxy Wear app, now go to watch settings, then sound and vibration, and then tap where it says volume. Here you can set the audio level for the AI's voice without affecting everything else. All right, here's another organizational tip to help you save time in the future. On the Galaxy Wear app, go to the Quick Panel tab, and here's where you can move your quick settings around so that all of your essential settings are easy to find and access, because once you've done this, you'll know exactly where they are. For example, here's some changes that I made. The Find My Phone feature is super handy, as it will buzz and ring your phone if you don't know where it is. So I moved that over to the front page. Also, the volume control, as you saw in the last tip, can be very handy. So that could be on the front page. And also, do not disturb is a really important one. Also, the Bluetooth audio quick setting might be very, very useful for some of you guys. And that really brings me nicely on to the next tip. Now, some of you watching this video might be runners. Some of you might be speed walkers.
No, it's not about the competition. I mean, it's not a race, right? Whoa!
And some of you, when you're in the gym, you might like to leave your phone in your bag, and maybe that's outside of the Bluetooth range. So in those scenarios, you might want to add audio directly to the watch that can even play offline. And there really is 2 ways that you can do this. Here's the first one. Go to the Wear app, go to watch settings, and then here tap Manage Content. Go to Tracks on Watch, and here you can manually add any music that you have on your phone already to the watch. And now this is the other way, and likely the more useful way if you don't have music on your phone, and that is to download offline playlists to the watch. I use Tidal and Deezer and YouTube Music. Don't ask me why I have 3 services, but for some reason I seem to be signed up to all 3. Once you've installed one of these music streaming services, you can of course stream whilst online, but if you go to one of your playlists, you'll see the option to download it to the watch. It will look different from different services, but this is how it looks with YouTube Music. Once that's done, you can now listen offline, on a plane, underground, anywhere, even without internet. Okay, so you've made it all the way to tip number 10. Thank you for staying this long into the video. And as a reward, I've saved some bonus tips for you guys. These are kind of quick fire ones that I think might be very helpful for you. Here's how to pair Bluetooth headphones to the Galaxy Watch 8 directly and not via your phone. And this is for when you do want to leave your phone behind and maybe go for a run or something. So swipe down from the top, go to your quick settings, tap the Bluetooth audio icon, which I showed you guys earlier. This brings you to a page where you can scan for new Bluetooth devices. If you've got Galaxy Buds, they should already appear here. But if it's from another brand, just put those headphones into Bluetooth pairing mode, hit scan, and then you can connect those earbuds, headphones, or even Bluetooth speakers directly to your watch. Once you've done this once, you won't have to do the scan and add again. It will just be there in the list. Okay, bonus tip number 2. Now this is important. You know those times when it's really, really quiet and then all of a sudden, your phone goes off and it startles you. Well, it can be twice as startling if your watch vibrates every time you get a notification. So let's stop this happening, especially when it comes to less important notifications. Go to the Wear app, go to the watch settings, tap where it says app notifications, then scroll through this list. And if there is anything switched on here that really doesn't need to be notifying the watch and that could distract you whilst you're trying to work out or something, well then switch that off. So here's another brand new feature on the Galaxy Watch 8. It is the antioxidant index. This will actually let you know by scanning your thumb if you're eating enough fruit and veg. And apparently if you don't, well, you're gonna age quicker. So use this new tool to find out. And if you can't find it, just go to the tiles section on the app, and here under nutrition, you'll be able to find the antioxidant index. Another quick way to add this tile, if you swipe all the way to the bottom of a page, you should see a plus, tap the plus, go to the nutrition tab, and you can add the antioxidant index from here. Okay, this is a favorite of mine. Remember tip 4 and how I recommended adding the shortcuts tile? Well, here is one of the shortcuts I highly recommend. It is camera control. Once this is set up, now you can use your watch as a viewfinder to snap a photo from a distance. And this can even help when it comes to framing yourself up in a selfie video for social media, for example. There is one more power move which I want to show you guys, and I think you'll appreciate it the most if you are into your fitness and health and all that kind of stuff. So if you swipe across, go to add a new tile, and then scroll down to where you see the little icon for the Samsung Health app. Tap on this, scroll down again, and then you'll see health shortcuts. If you add this shortcut tile, you can actually configure it. So if you hit the little pen here in the middle, minus off the ones that exist by default, and then add your own 4 specific metrics that you want to track. And there's some quite advanced ones in here. So you've got your calorie counter and all that kind of stuff. And these act as shortcuts to specific features on the watch. If you have the time, then it's definitely worth setting up your own little health shortcut widget. Now listen, have you ever had someone complain that your watch is constantly lighting up whilst they are trying to watch a movie in the cinema? Well, it happens. And if you haven't yet, then maybe one day you will, and you'll be glad that I showed you this trick. Swipe down from the top, hit the icon that looks like a little pie chart. And here, Samsung have very kindly set up a dedicated theater mode for your watch, which will make it way less distracting for yourself and also the people around you. And if you want to, you can actually even improve on Samsung's theater routine for the watch. And here's how you can do that. If you swipe up, go to modes and routines right here, tap on the theater routine, scroll down, and these are the settings that I have. So if you want to copy my one, this is what I've got set up. But there is one which I've taken away because I want to show you what it is. It's really important. If you tap on this section down here, other actions, and then go to the bottom and go to add action, and then here in the search bar, just type in Galaxy Watch, tap on that, and then you'll see this option here, brightness. You can set the brightness on the watch to be 0 when you're watching a movie. And when it comes to modes and routines and all of the hidden features on the Galaxy Watch 8, well, I've got about 15 of those that were on my list for this video, but I felt like maybe it deserved its own separate Galaxy Watch 8 secret settings, hidden features video. So if that video is already made, that's gonna be on screen right now. You might wanna check that out. I hope this beginner's tips and tricks guide has helped you. If it has, let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, well then,
Do it. Do it now.
and if you've just done that, I will see you in the next one. Don't be late.